Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and looks like, oh man, Valve is going full scorched earth with these developers do this shitty shit as kernel level anti-cheat measures team. So this shit is hated. I ranted so much how they fuck up every single time with the two tier party authentication with opening other software just to authenticate a license that I already bought on Steam, and then all this anti-cheat nonsense. That why do you want something at kernel level in my fucking computer? That even there is been proof that they were using that as a way for mining Bitcoin. But well, I just ranting already. I need you to listen to this one. This is the headline. Valve now requires devs to disclose kernel-level anti-cheat measures on Steam. So Valve has announced that developers who want to put their games on Steam will need to disclose whether those games are using any kind of kernel-level anti-cheat software going forward. Announcing the changes via Steamworks community page, Valve says Steam's is a change that has been requested by both developers and players. Nah, it's for my players, but funny. Valve threw them under the bus for a reason. I'm going to get through that. So, if that's one better option to share anti-cheat information. No, not really. With players. Nah, not really. Well, players are requesting more anti-cheat transparency. That's true. That's a yes. To that end, a new field has been added in which developers can indicate the anti-cheat software that comes with their game. If a developer's game contains kernel-level and client-side anti-cheat measures, then those measures must be disclosed via this new field. And you know what is going to happen? Since all this fucking light service nonsense is being proven that nobody wants that anymore, consumers are stopping consuming and all that. Primarily, this will push for most for more first person games, one player video game or single player games. Excuse me, I just got struck there. Single player video games or cooperate video games. The PvP or competitive is going to be taken away with, thanks to these fucking developers that they fuck up with issuing that kernel alta level type of shit. Well, I'm going to read more about that, but first let's read through this. To that end, a new field has been generated. This also applies in games that are already on Steam. So imagine, I know you hate this shit so much. When you bought a game many years and then they do update that just ruined the experience you had years ago. Or just like what happened recently with RuneScape, Terraria, that they pushed a DEI update. But in this case, it's like when you are fine with what you have, and then they roll in a fucking anti-cheat that is taking resources of your computer or probably mining Bitcoin, and it actually fucks your computer. It kills it because those kernel levels, of course, they are talking between your hard drive and the rest of your components, and they are just over consuming resources, over exploiting that computer, and that no, bye bye computer, thanks to these fucking shitty developers. And well, look what we have here. If games are using Oh, excuse me. So developers who are currently using kernel level anti-cheat solutions will need to add these disclosures to their game's Steam page. If games are using anti-cheat that isn't kernel based on or is server side, then their developers aren't technically required to disclose this information. But Valve says it thinks that letting players know about this will be beneficial for both sides. Now, why they did this? I know the answer here. And it's something I saw many weeks ago. Since you know very well that Steam are pushing for their Steam Deck because they are just at one point they're telling go fuck yourself, Microsoft, since they are tuning Windows 11 into their own Apple version of operating system, and of course all the malware and the adware and all that shit. Primarily, the main focus I see right now is their Steam Deck because whenever you're like it or not, despite this is just a portable PC in a Nintendo Switch style framework, well, frame or chassis, whatever you want to call it, it's accepted because it doesn't have fucking Windows. It has their own version of Linux that actually also people even playing older games that just released for Windows playing just fine, like the older Need for Speeds. I was astonished that someone could actually play Need for Speed Underground and Carbon, and that's the kind of support Steam Deck is receiving. And now, why is this relevant with this kernel bullshit? Maybe because Cockstar Games is responsible for this disclosure of the kernel anti-cheat measures. So GTA are no longer in supported by Steam Deck thanks to slightly baffling Rockstar's anti-cheat update. Kernel update that operates thanks to the fucking Windows operating systems but not on Steam Deck OS. That shit managed to break GTA 5 whenever you are a single player or online. At this point, you can't play even online. What I'm saying, you can't even play single player in the first place because that shit forces you to install it, and if it doesn't start, you are kinda fucked. So, to read this quickly, GT Online is no longer officially supported by Steam Deck thanks to the introduction of some anti-cheat software which can in fact be made compatible with Steam Deck. Say what now? Rockstar added Battle Eye anti-cheat to GTA 5 and GTA Online in on update on Tuesday 17th September. Man, even people that play it again, and actually, sadly, there is a lot of, despite that this game sold actually good, there is a lot of fanboyism that they don't pour out the bad things that this game had at launch and still are present that I really despise. For example, one of the achievements for single player campaign, you must be forced to be connected to the Rockstar Games services. Cockstar Games added like a DRM to lock you out from enjoyment since this achievement I'm talking about is when you have so much cash in your characters and you bought a lot of properties. In order to get the maximum profit of that, you need to complete some missions and then you have to invest in a part of the game that is tied to Rockstar Games services. So it's hilarious to me that they also they cheat for that. At this point, it's just telling me they don't want anyone else to mod their games. That's the kind of Rockstar, or should I say Cockstar, games are currently are now. The old base one is just far long gone, man. So to continue on with this one, together with options to disable the anti-cheat functionality for story mode play on Rockstar Games Launcher on third-party launchers. In the process, support for Steam Deck play has fallen through like a police helicopter into a traffic jam. Okay, I understand the joke. Steam Deck does not support Battle Eye for GTA Online. The changelog Baldi notes. You will able to play GTA story mode but unable to play GTA Online. That's a false statement because people that actually tried to play it, it actually saw how their save games got corrupted, or the fact that even in Windows, people that modded their game, it just straight at fucking brick, just straight at corrupted the save games, and they needed to start all over again. And just like what happened with GTA on the Xbox 360 and PS3 era, is you lose your save game, and there is, and just like I mentioned it with the light service sheet for the single player campaign to actually get that achievement. Yeah, you can't do that, and sadly that part of the money in the game actually locks you out some other content in your in-game story mode. Man, I really despise these fancocks that are not calling this out because seriously, they tell you, oh, but you play it. I really despise that kind of people. I really despise them so much. And imagine if you are someone who already bought a game, completed 100% save game, and then you lost everything because that anti-cheat corrupted your save game on PC. Ah, man. Let's continue on. It's all a bit curious because the Verge point out that it's possible to set up Battle.ai to run on Steam Deck for years. True to Linux-based OS doesn't support it by default thanks to its Proton Windows compatibility layer. Apparently, it's as straightforward as sending Battle.ai's vendors a mail, excuse me. As PC Gamer and GT Online is for was one of the most played Steam Deck games, so it's still causing a bit of resting download Santos way. And just like I mentioned it, with all the fucking issues, the dog shit issues with Steam Deck that it had to suffer thanks to fucking Cockstar Games, I saw people that bought the game many years ago and requested a refund and the proper explanation. They launched an update that made impossible to play this game on Steam Deck, and they gave a full refund at with the exact same amount of money. So even I have to say, even from the other side, at the same time it just protects Steam and in some part the developers, because if this shit gets disclosed, the anti-cheat kernel nonsense, the gamers, the consumers that buy that shit, they don't have any right to bitch about it next, because at this point, well, they don't have to issue more refunds for all their games. But in this case, yeah, at the same time, it actually puts the developers in their fucking rightful place. If they suddenly start adding this kernel shit and they are not actually tagging it in their Steam page with that, Valve has any valuable reasons, excuse me, valid reason to ban those developers or, oh man, squeeze them money, because yeah, they just my example what I say with this. And even fucking Cockstar Games, they're fucking retarded as fuck. The GT Online is just environmental hazard if you are playing it on PC and without a VPN, because the game reused netcom from the 90s, just like that. What is this fucking Canadian that was just crying over the Pahi jokes? Ah, yeah, Mutahar. Mutahar did a video years ago where he showed how fucking anti the cheating online in GTFI is just rampage and out of control, and how it can't be fixed is because the netcode actually displays the public IPs of everyone playing it. You wonder why GTA RP is far more likable and played nowadays? Because if you play the game officially, you can get denial of service. I remember when I played that on PC. I once tried it on this fucking Epic Games Store when they gave it for free, the license. You need to still install the Rockstar Game Launcher and you connect to the service. And surprise, surprise, I found so many cheaters that one of them actually does me, and it took me offline from close my game and actually does me. So do I the game crash and I didn't have internet for like 20 minutes because they were just attacking my fucking router. Oh man, you gotta love to see that all these fucking AAA companies, then they are only tied to what they are still making the money. They are going out of their way to fuck up everything, and they are telling you to your face, "Oh yeah, we're going to keep doing this." And how much can bet that they are just again recycling the online component because they are not going to invest in infrastructure. At this point, that should be a mandatory thing for only AAA multi-billion companies that operate through actual servers to an online network infrastructure. That if they don't actually invest in that shit and they keep doing this and security nonsense, yeah, at this point, I should Cockstar Games Tech 2 Interactive should be liable for lawsuits until they go bankrupt for actually endangering your security on the internet because that shit again they can dodge you and probably GTA 6 is going to have the same netcode issues. That's why they are just testing this shit. I can smell it. At this point, I don't know what else to tell you. It, I already ranted what I already needed to rant. So yeah, it all started because Cockstar Games with GTA 5, and now everyone that has that kernel level landed shit, they have to disclose that. And since now consumers and customers can see that, they don't have a reason to invest in those games. Oh, you have that shit! Oh, thank you! Thanks for letting me know. And they lost sales and they go out of business. So that's all I wanted to share here with you for now. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a pretty good weekend and please take care.